Welcome back to the 12 Days of Wolfmas. This is day number 12, the grand finale, and through the first 11 episodes, we're up a whopping $9,330, and I'm giving it all away to you guys. The 7 lucky winners are actually selected in this video at the end, so stay tuned for that. But as for now, we're in Chicago at Sands game. It's a 1-2. I'm in for $1,000. First hand of the night, we look down at Ace King offsuit. I make it $20 to go. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 callers. So we're going 5 ways to the flop here, which gives me top on a King 10-7 2-diamond board. I decided to start with a check here, given the fact I'm out of position against everybody and their mother. And it looks like Mike has something here when he bets out for $40. The host of the game, San, puts in the 40 as well. Action's back over to me. We could just call here, but that allows them to get to a cheap turn with a diamond flush draw or a hand like Queen Jack for the open-ended straight. So I think the much better play here is to spring the trap now and go for the check raise all the way up to $180. If you get through the first raiser, that being Mike, you're usually going to take down the pot uncontested, and sure enough, that's exactly what happens. Mike finds the fold and San does as well. So the first hand of the night is ours, $363 coming over our way, and we're inching ever closer to that $10,000 profit mark. Alright, it's probably a good time to mention that we're playing the 7-4 game. It's $10 a pop. It plays exactly like the 7-deuce game, except San loves playing 7-4. So I'm in the $5 straddle. There's a few limps over to myself, and I decided to raise it up to $30. I'd love everyone to fold right now, and I make $80 uncontested, but that's not what happens when LJ puts in the call, followed by a call out of seat 9, and then seat 1 calls as well. So we're going 4 ways to the flop here. We have our work cut out for us. The flop comes ace, queen 6 with 2 spades. I bet out for $55 and LJ puts in the call. The turn now comes the ace of hearts, which is interesting because it obviously makes it a little bit less likely that LJ has an ace. At this point, I'm putting him on a queen or a flush draw, so if I had an ace in my hand, which I don't, I have 7 high, but if I did have an ace, I'd probably go for another bet here, and I decided to go 100 and Cinco de Mayo. LJ puts in the call once again, so alarm bells are going off here. Hopefully, he doesn't have an ace, and the river card now comes the 9 of clubs with 545 in the middle. 7 high is just never good, and given the fact I'm incentivized to go for this because of the $10 per person bounty, I think I like a small sizing. The reason being, I want to get any of his king and jack high spade draws to fold, and you don't need to go large to do that. Additionally, if he has an ace, I don't want to go large here and give him more money, and I think going small here might also get a good player like LJ to fold a queen. So I decided to go small here for 1/3 the size of the pot, just trying to get some better high cards to fold. But when I bet out for 175, we get snap called, and he turns over queen deuce of spades. So he just had 2 pair aces and queens with a 9 kicker, but somehow finds the call there. It's a great call from him. I think if he didn't have the spade, queen deuce of spades on this 2 spade flop, I think he probably gives up on the turn and then definitely gives up on the river. But great call down from LT there. Okay, back to work here. Ace queen offsuit from the cutoff. I make it $20 to go. Callie now 3 bets me to $60. Action's back over to me. This is a good 4-bet candidate, ace queen offsuit, but I decided just to put in the call here, play in position against Callie. Seems like a great spot to make some profit until the board comes 10-8 deuce with 2 hearts. She fires out for $75, around 2/3 the size of the pot. And I gotta check my holding again to make sure I do in fact have the ace of hearts in my hand, and that's the only reason why I decided to toss in $75. All right, the turn card is pretty good. It comes the 3 of hearts. We now pick up the nut flush draw, 276 in the middle, and she slows down and checks, and I say yes, let's copy and paste that one. I would love to check behind here and see the king of hearts on the river. Bang, we river the nuts. To make it even better, Callie decides to pick up the betting once again. She didn't bet on the turn, but now she fires out for 125 when we make the nuts on the river. I posture myself for a few seconds before ripping it all in. $438. She's in a tough spot here. You can see she's visibly frustrated that she bet 125. She probably could have just checked, I jam, and she folds, but after a little bit of debate, she decides to fold her cards. King 10 of spades is what she had. Great fold from her there, given given the fact there are 4 hearts on board, but $839 is my reward. All right, there's a limp to $2 and a raise to 25 actions on me with ace king offsuit. I 3-bet it up to $100. Martin in the low jack puts in the call, and the flop comes queen 8-5 all diamonds. I 10% the size of the pot for 20 bucks, and he puts in the call. Another 10% bet incoming on the 3 of spades to the tune of $25, and now Martin wants to play for more money. He only makes it 75 though, so I decide to put in the call, hoping to spike an ace king or diamond on the river, but that's not what it comes. It comes the jack of spades. So when I check it over to him and he bets small for 115, nothing for me to do other than fold my ace high here. I don't think he's raising me on the turn and then betting the river with a worse hand. So I muck my ace king and he turns over 7-4 offsuit. So we tried to get it through earlier and unfortunately we didn't win with it, and now he got me to fold the best hand. Ace high was the best hand in this one, so I'm losing a $509 pot. I'm also losing another 10 bucks. The chip stack was getting a little bit low, so I decided to top up for an additional $600. Okay, after that disaster 7-4 offsuit, I got a table change. I don't want to go on tilt here and lose all of your guys' money, so I get to the other table. There's a raise to 15, a call. I 3-bet it up to Cinco de Mayo here with 10-7 of clubs, trying to play a fiesta of a hand. Johnny puts in the call, so we're off to a flop heads up, which comes king 7 deuce with 2 clubs. Second pair, 10 high flush draw. Seems pretty great, so I decide to go for a c-bet here of $40, and Johnny calls once again. Turn comes the queen of spades, and he checks it over to me. I want to realize my equity here. I have second pair. I'm going to play my hand as if I just have a pair of 7s, and then if I back into a flush, well, that's pretty groovy. I check behind, and the river is not a club. It comes the 5 of spades, so when he checks it over to me, I check it behind pretty quickly, and we are going to beat another pair of 7s, 7-8 of spades. I have him outkicked by 2. So that's pretty good there. Table change, win a $200 pot. Let's keep it moving here. I'm in the $5 straddle. There's a raise to 20. 2 callers over to me, and I look down at ace jack offsuit from the straddle, and of course I'm going to come in for a squeeze to $135. We end up getting it through, so that's pretty great. I'm picking up around $100 in free money right there. And then a similar situation here. There's a 5, 10, 20, and $40 straddle on, and of course I'm going to come in for a raise with pocket nueves here. 125 to go. Let's see if we can get this through once again. Nope. When Sand puts in the call, that incentivizes Johnny to find the call, and the straddler must have had one of the worst hands in the deck because he folds for only another $85 more. All right, off to a flop. How about jack 9 6? Bang, we flop middle set. When the action checks over to me, I like a half pot or 2/3 sizing here. I unblock all of their jacks, and there's going to be hands like queen 10, some flush draws, so I don't really want to down bet here, and unfortunately that's what I decided to do. 125. I just wasn't thinking. I definitely need to size up here to 250 to like 400 and charge the maximum for all the hands I just mentioned. Sand puts in the call, and we lose Johnny, so we're going heads up to the turn here. At least we got some action. The turn doesn't change anything unless Sand has 7-8, because it comes the 5 of diamonds. With just under $700 in the middle, Sand checks it over to me. I look over at his stack and try to eyeball what he has. It's around $600, so we are going to play for all of it. I decide to jam for $600 here. If he has a flush draw, if he has a jack, if he has even a hand like queen 10, if he has something like 6-7 or 6-8, I know Sand, and he's definitely going to call it off. So what I said here at the table makes a lot of sense. If you're going to fuck my fans, Sand, you got to earn it. You're not getting some cheap ass river card. After a little bit of debate, well, it's not really a debate for him. He tables king 10 of clubs, so just a gut shot. He was thinking about calling there with a gut shot. So if you guys think that my shove all in here is a little bit too aggressive, trust me here. I know if Sand had a pair or anything like a draw, he would have called it off here, but just king high and a gut shot to the queen is not good enough to call it off for another $600. So we're going to take down this $1,300 pot, which gets an applause from the rest of the room. Thank you. Everyone clap. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Clap, Drake. All right, 2 hands to go here. The straddle's on. There's a raise to 20. Action's over to me, and I decide to call with queen 10 of diamonds. And look at that. We are going 4 ways to the flop, and I like my chances here on a queen 10 3 rainbow board. When the action checks over to me, there's $80 in the middle, and I decide to go for a c-bet of around half pot for $35. Johnny calls, and the turn comes a 7 of clubs. I decide to size up now in case he has a hand like queen jack or king queen. Maybe a hand like king jack or jack 9. I can also charge the maximum. So I decide to bet the size of the pot for $155, and Johnny had none of it. He snap folds. All right, the hand of the night here, the last hand. I'm in the $5 straddle, and catch up on the action here, why don't you? There's a raise to 15, a call, another call, and then 2 more calls over to me. So you know what I'm gonna do with the suited ace? Yes, we are coming in for the squeeze. Just like a pimple here, I hope everybody folds, but unfortunately we do get some action from Michael, but I don't really think he has that strong of a hand, because if you think about how he played this hand already, there was an open to 15 and he just called. Now I make it 115 and he calls again. So the player to my right also puts in the call for 115, so we got ourselves a 3-way here off to a flop, which gives me top on a 10-4 deuce rainbow board. Additionally, we could back into the nut flush if it goes running hearts, and we could also back into the wheel if it goes running 3-5. So pretty great spot here, and in between 2 opponents I always start with a check. That's no different here. I like checking because it also balances when I have a hand like king queen or ace king, and if I have a hand like ace 10, well, now people can't just blast off because I'm gonna call you down. If you do go for a jam like Michael did here, 490 into the $390 pot. Did I just induce him here by checking? I would expect him to just go for a small bet. Why is he jamming in this spot? We lose the player to our right, so the action's back over to me. I'm thinking about a bunch of things here. One is, what is Michael's range? Well, like I said before the flop came out, he just called a $15 bet, and then he called my raise to 115. So I'm not putting him on any overpairs. At best here, I think he has hand like pocket 4s or maybe king 10. Well, I beat king 10, I lose to pocket 4s, but like I said, I could go runner for a straight or a flush. Another thing I'm thinking about is if I win this hand, we hit $10,000 in profit. So this is a massive hand. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs here on Wolfmas vlog number 12. Man, what a tough beat this would be if he has 4s. I decide to call it off here. Not much thought in this. When I make top in a 3-bet pot, you gotta go broke with the hand. I can't be making a hero fold here. You guys would kill me if he showed a worse 10. Pocket queens. How does he have queens, Michael? I apologize, you guys. It's not the way I wanted to end this Wolfmas. Of course, it's going to be a decent sized loss here. If we win that hand, we're up to $10,000 in profit, but instead, this $1,400 is going over to Michael. It's not to be. That's why poker's great. Everyone plays it a little bit differently, and Michael had my number in this one. So sadly, we're gonna wrap up this vlog with this hand. So when it's all said and done, we got in for $1,000. I rebought for 600 more, so I was in for 1,600, got out for 793. So that's a loss of 807, one of the biggest on this series so far. 85.23 to conclude the 12 days, but don't worry, that's still $1,217 per person. What's up, guys? It's Wolfgang here.
What's up, guys? Lucas here, content producer / editor for Wolfgang.
And what an amazing 3rd series here of the 12 days of Wolfmas. This one was the best by far. I thought I was gonna finally hit 10K. I threw some of those 5-10 sessions in at the Fort card room, but Lucas was texting me while he was editing that last hand how much of a bummer that was, right, Lucas?
That would have been nice if it obviously went over 10K, but hey, you can't be mad about what you did. I mean, $8,500 in 12 sessions of poker. I mean, I know there's a little bit of higher stakes thrown in there, but that's pretty impressive. I think. I think people don't really appreciate how hard that is to do.
Yeah, man. And so like 7 people now, including yourself, I'm also going to give you 1,200, are going to get 12 of these $100 bills here at the live stream. Make it work for everybody, but we're gonna get $1,200 for everyone. We're gonna play for 5-6 hours, have some steaks, some drinks. It's gonna be live streamed, so you can see all your mistakes and fun hands with all your friends later on. Hopefully no one embarrasses himself, but you might just run it up. I remember last year, Colby, huge action player, tons of fun. He ended up running his stack up pretty heavy. What was he doing there, Lucas? He got up to like 3 or 4K, I think, right?
I don't remember exactly what it was. I just remember him 4-bet shoving on the river on me over my bluff with a bluff he had. He bluffed my bluff with like a 4-bet shove on the river. That guy was crazy. Yeah,
that's like the kind of action we want. So hopefully the 7 of you guys that win are gonna bring the action as well. Last thing you want is to go on the stream and play like 5% of your hands. This is your chance to play on a live stream, have some fun.
No dusty chips on the stream. No dusty chips.
No, take my money. Let's go. Prove it.
If you guys want to go ahead and skip to where the winners are, I'll throw that time code up on the screen right now. But right before we get there, for those of you who are interested in hearing it, Alex, why don't you just like go a little more into detail about what you really liked about Wolfmas this year and what you thought about the participation and kind of like what was achieved, like, you know, I mean, give your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a blessing to give money back to you guys. And we had 3 ways to enter this year. Obviously, 3 people are going to be picked from the sign up thing, and then we had 2 people from channel members, which is a new thing. Lucas has been pushing me to try to do that for like the past few months, and I'm like, well, what are they going to get from it, you know? But then amidst his 100-hour editing weeks and stuff, Lucas came up with all these emotes that are just awesome, and you guys are just spamming the comments with the emotes. And then the other 2 people are from the Club WPT Gold, which obviously I'm a partner with, and if you want to play some online, that is your go-to for that. But just an absolute blessing to win so much money. $8,500. If you would have told me that at the beginning of the series, I'd be like, yes, lock it up right now. We'll take that. Obviously, I had some heaters. I made some great calls at the Fort versus Adam. Made quads in the second to last session. So things that don't normally happen in that small of a sample size. I think like a higher power was definitely working to our advantage here, whether it be the poker gods or whatever you want to call it. But dude, it was awesome. So many bang stickers put on people. We even had that legendary game. I'm thinking back because I filmed these like a few weeks ago, but that game in Santa Barbara at AThh Vista was like legendary, like playing poker outside, blue skies, ocean, no wind. That was like one of the top comment thing is like, how are you playing outside with all the wind? Santa Barbara is beautiful. I mean, not only do you have the scenery, there's like no wind. So we're just like sitting there drinking, having fun, playing poker. That one was one of my favorites for sure. But to end the series in Chicago, my hometown, unfortunately it was with a massive loss, but not going to complain about how it went, Lucas.
Insane amount of hours of editing over the past 2 weeks to get this out. I would, you know, I'd finish a vlog every day around like 3 or 4 p.m., which is, I mean, like the vlogs went up like the second I was done editing them. Like it was down to the wire to the minute, and everyone would be like, I've been waiting for it. Where was it? Well, man, I'm still editing it, you know? Like it takes forever to do these. The work's pretty insane, but it was cool. Is like I would kind of like hop into bed and lay down after every time I'd complete one. I'd have a lot of fun just watching it back and then scrolling through all your comments as they would flood in. It was just a blast to kind of read how much you guys liked it and you know, your experience with it, and how like, you know, people commenting like, oh, I've been waiting for this all day. I love the daily uploads. Like Wolfmas is the best part of Christmas. Like some people were even saying, who were saying, you know, their holidays weren't super cheerful or happy. They were saying how much they would look forward to Wolfmas. So, you know, I mean, that's why I do what I do, and I know that's why Alex does what he does too. Why we make content. You know, it's about making an impact on people's lives on the other side of the screen. So definitely a great experience.
In the first few months of the year, we're going to strategize on how to get more videos out to you guys, because I love making videos. I love playing poker. I want to play in so many new games that you guys haven't seen before, but I also want Lucas to have a good like work-life balance here. And so we're going to figure out a great way to like incorporate both of those, where you guys are just getting a ton of content.
My son forgot who I was.
Yeah, Lucas needs to thrive outside of editing, because he's crushing the editing, but we need him to like, we gotta get you back into Lifetime too, man. Like, you were so stoked to go to the gym every day, and now I feel like I've taken that from you.
When you see me at Champions in Houston, if I have a few extra more drinks than most people, you'll know I need it, so don't judge.
Oh, God.
I have a list for everyone of all the different ways we're going to be doing this. So we already had to do the WPT ones, because how that worked is our list of WPT winners were like random name, like IDs that we didn't know the names to. So we had to get the IDs and then send them over to WPT for them to bring us back with the names. And so we got 284624 and 283078 for our WPT winners, as you can see. And Alex, if you can go ahead and, what are the usernames of those 2 IDs that WPT sent back?
BMOC 1996 Poker Lover.
Looks like we have 1,928 responses right now. So we're gonna do, please pick 3 random numbers between 1 and, my brain is so fried. How many people did I just say there was? 1928. So please pick 3 random numbers between 1 and 1,928. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll get 3 random numbers here, and then we'll cross-reference that to that sheet. So we'll do that now. Okay, that's gonna be Yana. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that last name, but congratulations, Yana. We will check if you've commented on all of them right after this. 687 is James Alexander Hunter at Alex Hunter Comedy. Ian Cavallo. All right, Alex Hunter Comedy, not on even video 1. Did not comment on video 1. So
we'll never get to see if he was funny or not. So
unfortunately, okay, 653 is our replacement, which is actually really close to Tyler Metz. Yeah, and I do not have him on the first video.
Tyler, bro.
Come on, guys, y'all are slacking. All you gotta do, if you took the time to fill out the form and you're not even commenting on the first video. One more random number, please.
He sounded like he would have been a cool guy for the stream. I'm bummed about that one. Both these guys, the comedian and a homie.
1216 is our next draw. William Donk. Is his name actually Donk?
Oh, it's so good.
All right, guys. Looks like all 3 of our winners, eventually, from the spreadsheets, have commented on all the Wolfmases. So nice job, guys.
Congrats. Doing that earned you $1,200.
Those are some expensive comments. Last 2 guys, good luck. Sean Boyer and Zedro. No Sean on day 3. Okay, I need one more random number, please. Jacob Hall. Let's find you. Zedro, sad it's almost over on day 10. They're good. They're both good. All right, guys, so we have our 7 winners. Congrats to William Donk. I'm assuming that's Donk. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Ian Cavallo, It's Yana, Poker Lover, BMOC 1996, Zedro TK, and Jacob Hall. You guys are all the winners of Wolfmas. Congratulations. You guys will be reached out to shortly.
Yep, it's going to be a blast. We're going to put you in a group chat with everyone. We're going to get you some flights. We're going to pick out a date. There are way more losers than winners, but you're all winners. You're all winners for watching my videos, for getting better at poker, for having some fun this holiday season. Thank you for watching the 12 days of Wolfmas. It means a lot to myself and Lucas. A lot of time and effort goes into these, time away from our families, trying to get you guys some good content. So we appreciate you guys watching wholeheartedly. It was a blast to make and a great way to end 2024.
All I gotta say is, if you didn't win this time, there's gonna be a lot more opportunities, not just for Wolfmas, but potentially some other ones as well.
Yeah, we have some fun ideas cooking. I won't spoil too much, but there's some big names that possibly want to collab on some future events, and I now met someone with a May 5th birthday. If you guys are born on May 5th, reach out to me via email or Instagram DM, because I'm thinking we do something big here. We might have to do a Cinco de Mayo stream of everyone that was born on May 5th. So if you guys fall into that category, hopefully there's like 7 to 9 of you out there, DM me or hit me up on email.
Checking out now. Thank you to everyone again who entered, and congrats again to our 7 winners.
Yep, congrats everyone. Appreciate all your support. And until the next video, which will be in a few days because Lucas needs a break, we'll catch you in the next video as always. Peace.
See you in Houston.